Okay, so did you all know that Jesus got raised from the dead?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, did you know that Jesus raised someone from the dead too?
Yeah.
See, one day, he was with his disciples, and Mary and Martha sent word to Jesus and told him, Lazarus is sick. See, Lazarus and Mary and Martha were Jesus' good friends. But when Jesus heard this news, he didn't immediately go to heal him. He said, we'll stay here a couple days. And then finally he told his disciples, all right, let's go. And Thomas said, why are you going there? Don't you know that they want to kill you? But then Jesus said, we're going to go. He said, all right, well, let's go with them and die anyways, Thomas said. And so they go to Bethany. And Jesus gets there, and Martha comes up and says, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now, I know that you have the power to raise him from the dead. And Jesus said, well, do you believe? And she said, of course I believe that there will be a resurrection in the last day. See, she didn't understand that Jesus had the power to raise her brother from the dead then and now. And Jesus said, well, I am the resurrection and the life. But Martha still couldn't completely understand. And so she went and got her sister Mary, and she said, Mary, the teacher is here. And Mary comes out weeping with the other mourners around her. Says, Lord, if only you had been here. You see, at this point, Jesus is getting worked up emotionally. And so he goes and he asks, where is Lazarus? And so they take him to Lazarus' tomb. And when he gets there, he weeps. This wasn't just a small sniffle or a little cry. This was a deep sobbing in anguish. Jesus was horribly sad that he had lost his good friend. And he's getting angry with the crowds, and he's getting angry that his friend has died. And he calls out loudly to the crowd and says, roll out the tomb. Roll back the stone. And Martha says, don't you know that it's going to stink? He's been in there for 4 days. The stench will be horrible. And Jesus said, did I not tell you to roll away the stone? And so they said, okay. And they rolled away the stone, and as soon as they did, Jesus cried out, Lazarus, come out. And Lazarus came out. You all ever seen a mummy before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lazarus came out, and he's wrapped in his linens that they would wrap people in when they buried him, just like a mummy. His face is covered, and his arms are covered. And Jesus looks at his friend, and then he looks to the crowd, and he says, unbind him. And the crowd comes up and unwraps him, and his friend was raised from the dead. And you see, that day, many in the crowd, many of the Jews believed, and Martha and Mary began to realize that Jesus truly was the resurrection and the life.